Okay, Carol Lee, I've got your work up here and I'm saying you're looking pretty good. Now, I have a couple of suggestions and I think that there's no real surprise here. I think that a lot of students are doing the same thing. And while we're learning digital imaging and through Photoshop and Illustrator and doing this all through an ad, I think it's really easy to start overdoing things. And I think that that's what's happening here. Don't forget basic communication. The human mind can only concentrate on one or two things at a time. And that's fact. So when you give somebody all these visual cues, they're not seeing all of those cues, okay? They know they're there and they create this jumbled feeling of confusion because this particular layout is giving the viewer too much to look at. Let me explain what I mean. Okay, you've got what you say you want your focal point to be the image in the background. And I want your focal point to be the image in the background too, but it's not. I'd say your focal point lies somewhere right around here. And there's for a couple of reasons. Number one is this big, huge wave. Number two is that it just kind of flows that way. Now, this area is going to be a focal point too. And so is this, and so is this. So I think that main areas you want folks to concentrate on, the background image, the headline, and the logo, are not being really presented in a prominent position in hierarchy. So my suggestion is this. Okay, first of all, look at how many visual cues you're giving the viewer. You got the headline, the subhead, the background image, you got the hula dancer, you've got the teal background, you've got this shaped type, you've got these two trees, you've got the logo, and the stripe across the middle. I'm counting at least 10 visual cues, and that's about 7 too many, or 6 too many. You want this. You want to give the focal point being your logo or your headline, and then work from there, okay? I think for an ad, this has too much type. I just think it's just way too much type. And I also think the headline, plan to play getaway, it's jumbled. It's really difficult to say, and it doesn't make a whole lot. Book to play getaway. It's not very, I don't know, what's the word I want? It's just not very fun to say. It just doesn't have a hook. You know what I mean? So anyways, that, and what I'd like to see you do is remove some of these visual stimuli in both. And I want you to concentrate on 3 or 4 visual cues, tops, okay? So think about that. Think about that and use the background. Don't forget the logo. You have to use the logo. I would say use of a condensed version of the text, the headline, the subhead, the image, the logo. Okay, and that's all you really need. You don't need the hula dancers and the big, the big feathers and the big feathers over here. You just don't need all that. It's too much. Okay, hope I make sense. If not, get with me and I'll explain it further. Thanks.